Starting in mid-November 2024, people in New Jersey began seeing a lot of drones in the sky. It quickly became a big deal. These weren't just a few isolated incidents. People were reporting drones all over the state, sometimes as many as 180 sightings in a single night. The sightings weren't limited to New Jersey either. People in nearby states like New York and Pennsylvania started reporting them too. These weren't just your average drones either. Some were described as being up to 6 feet across. They were spotted flying over residential areas, which is weird enough, but it gets weirder. They were also seen near important places like Picatinny Arsenal, a military research facility. And of course, because this is New Jersey, they were spotted near Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster. The Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, got involved pretty quickly. They started restricting flights in certain areas, citing special security reasons. That's government speak for we don't want to talk about it. These restrictions covered 22 areas in New Jersey, including places like Camden, Elizabeth, and Jersey City. So, whatever was going on, it was serious enough to shut down the skies. As you can imagine, people were freaking out. The lack of information from the government didn't help. People started speculating about what the drones could be. Were they spies, alien invaders, Amazon delivery drones that had finally snapped and gone rogue? It wasn't just regular folks who were worried. Politicians like Senator Richard Blumenthal and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy demanded answers. Even former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, who's not even from New Jersey, weighed in. They all wanted to know what the heck was happening and why the government wasn't being upfront about it. Meanwhile, the FBI and Homeland Security were supposedly investigating, but their initial statements didn't really clear anything up. They said there was no evidence of any threat to national security or public safety. They even tried to blame some of the sightings on things like stars and airplanes. Yeah, because people don't know the difference between a twinkling star and a 6-foot drone. Finally, in late January 2025, the White House decided to address the drone situation. Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt held a press conference. She explained that the drones were actually authorized by the FAA for research and recreational purposes. According to her, it was just hobbyists and private individuals flying their drones, and there was no threat to national security. Case closed, right? Well, not quite. See, the White House didn't really explain what kind of research the FAA was doing with all these drones, and they didn't say why they couldn't have just told people that from the beginning. The whole thing left a lot of people feeling like the government wasn't being completely transparent. The New Jersey drone saga might seem like a weird, isolated incident, but it actually raises some important questions about drones and how they're regulated. As drones become more common, we're going to see more of them in our skies. That means we need clear rules about where they can fly and who's allowed to fly them. Just as importantly, we need the government to be more transparent with us. When people see a bunch of unidentified drones flying around, they have a right to know what's going on. The government's initial silence only fueled speculation and distrust. If we want people to trust drones, we need to be able to trust the people who are supposed to be regulating them. Otherwise, we're all going to be looking up at the sky with a healthy dose of paranoia.